Okay guys, good evening and welcome to the Eldar Sim Racing Group. This is the second round of the Ferrari Trofeos, I believe. We are at the beautiful Spa Francorchamps circuit as per usual. Well, not as per usual, but we were here for the Porsche Caymans on Friday, but we are here for the Ferraris this evening, so there is a bit of a supercar fest going on over in Belgium, but we are live and exclusive on the Eldar Sim YouTube channel. I'm your host for this evening, Hoppers, as per usual on a Wednesday night as well as a Friday. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting for my tea to be cooked, yes, I am in the process, but I will go through the points of the Ferraris and we'll check who's here and who isn't as per usual. So in first place we have Will Sutters on 36. Then there's a 10-point gap back to Liam Williams. I believe Liam Liam is here. So yeah, he is on 26. Then you got Tom Holland, aka the Pineapple Head, on 24. Then you got Reese White. Unfortunately, Reese isn't going to be taking part in the season anymore for whatever reason. He was on 22 points. Then you got Craig Thomas, aka the Real Losman. I'll just find him now. There he is. He is on 21. Then you got Jason Grant, aka Bluefin, on 20 points. Then you got Gareth Morris on 16. Then you got Simon Smith on 10, and then you will have Neil Hall, aka Noddy's mate, sensationally did absolutely epic at the Nürburgring GP round on 8 points. Then you got I believe bear with me 1 second. Yeah, Jay Westall on 7. Then you got Luke Ogden on 0, and then you got, I believe it's Malcolm Simmons on 0. I do apologise if I get the name wrong. And new name to me is I believe he's called Chris Wheatley, I believe. Bear with if I pronounce your name wrong. He's new in the orange Ferrari, so we shall see what goes on here at Spa this evening, as Neil's just gone oi oi. Evening Neil, I hope you do really well this evening, my friend. It should be hopefully spectacular, and we should be hopefully going to see what goes on here for the Ferraris at Spa as Jay gets a bit crossed up out of one of the turns there. As I say, we were here for the the Porsche Caymans on Friday, and it's looking likely the weather's took a better turn than it was for race 1 for the Porsche Caymans. It was raining on Friday, but it's better conditions for the Ferraris as of this evening. I believe Will is just coasting at the moment. He's just obviously letting it drive itself. Gareth Morris and obviously most of the guys were having a good battle last week. The results as of last week, the races were spectacular. And if you are watching the stream, guys, if you are taking a penalty, please take it before the 150-metre board on the start-finish line before you cross the line to take your penalty. Do not take it anywhere on track, as Bluefin is already doing. That'll still count against his time if it was a normal race. Make sure it's done on start-finish straight and not before you cross the line, before you get to the 150-metre board. So yeah, it should be exciting to see what goes on. At the moment we've got 9 drivers. Potentially, hopefully we get a bit more of a grid, but at the moment it's looking likely there's 9 drivers, but you know, we'll see what happens. for this evening. It should be a cracker of an evening. As Jay's coming out of pit lane. We'll see what happens. These guys already have had, as I say, they've already had one round at the Nürburgring on the GP circuit. Looking forward to seeing what goes on tonight and as well as the rest of the season. As I believe Bluefin and of course the Pineapple Head just gone into pit lane, but we shall see what happens. It's going to be exciting to see what Chris Wheatley can do. He's obviously new. I like the orange looking machine. It reminds me of a favourite football team I follow, but I'm not going to go into details. But yeah, I do, you know, I'm looking forward to see what happens this evening for the Ferraris. And if you like what you see here, guys, please like, comment and subscribe as per usual. It will help the Eldar Racing guys out massively. And if you like what you see for tonight for the Ferrari Trofeos, be sure to check Friday. That's this Friday. We have the Shell Lorman Motorsport British Touring Cars sponsored for the Eldar British Touring Car Championship. Be sure to check that out. I'm not too sure where they are this Friday, but then you've also got the Decals Lab hosted by myself, Hoppers, at the Nürburgring GP for the Decals Lab Porsche Caymans, and you will have the legendary Malcolm Argyle, the host with the most, Malk, doing commentary for the British Touring Car League. And also new to Friday, as of this Friday, Darren Baldwin aka ESR Idol will be doing the Clio Cup commentary, which should be interesting. So there will be three races to pick from as of Friday. So if you guys are new around here, be sure to check everyone out. So what's gonna happen tonight? Are we gonna see Will get another win, or are we gonna see Liam get another win, or are we gonna see Noddy's mate aka Neil Hall? We'll go on board with Neil Hall for a few moments. Are we gonna see Neil have a absolute blast like he did at the Nürburgring, or are we gonna, you know, is he gonna potentially do really well here? You know, he's from what I gather, he likes racing around here. So as you can imagine, at the moment his pace isn't too bad, even though his first lap out of pit lane was quite not spectacular, but that doesn't really matter because it's only practice. Jay's had a bit of a issue going out through Radion, so we shall see what happens this evening. The Ferraris are beautiful and they look spectacular as Bluefin smacks it up down the old pit lane. So we shall see what goes on for the Ferrari Trofeos this evening. It should be spectacular and it should be interesting for these guys. As I say, if you get a penalty, please make sure you do take it before the 150 metre board on the start finish line. Before you cross the line, I believe there's a penalty line alongside along the start finish line, somewhere along there. So you need to take it before you hit obviously hit the start finish line, otherwise it will count towards your time. There's a few guys in the Caymans on Friday that were struggling to make the penalties, but let's hope it's penalty free and we shall see what goes on this evening, and hopefully it's the best. So if you like what you see here, guys, drop us a comment. And also, if you're interested in racing a league like this, there will be plenty of opportunities. So if you'd like to join the Eldar Racing group, which is on Facebook, so be sure to check that out. And don't worry about if you're a racer that isn't isn't the best. We cater, or we provide racing for all levels. We are not judgmental. So if you like to take part in any of the races that you see, then be sure to check us out. We, like I say, we do not judge people on race experience. So we shall see what happens. Qualifying is due to start at 7:45 UK time, and we will have the 10-minute qualifying followed by two 15-minute races. So we will have potentially, I think it will be 6 laps, maybe 7 laps around here this evening, and then we will have obviously the full grid reversal for race number 2, which will be another 15 lap, and qualifying will decide the grid for race number 1 this evening. So I'm just about to head off and get something to eat. I will catch you guys hopefully in the next couple of minutes after I've eaten my tea. So yeah, I'll give you guys the sights and sounds of Spa and the beautiful Ferrari 458 Italia GT4 car. So I will see you soon. Right then guys, I do apologise for the delay. I've just had to have something to eat because obviously it's a bit late. But yeah, so like I say, we are here at the glorious Spa-Francorchamps circuit in Belgium for this evening's Ferrari Trofeo. This is round number 2 of the series, so it will be technically races 3 and 4 of the championship if you follow it in race format, and potentially it should be a good night of racing. So we shall see what happens. over in over here in Belgium, as we see Jay go through the La Source hairpin for potentially some quick time. We've got, I believe this is Malcolm Simmons, so Luke is also here, and Simon Smith is also here, excuse me, and of course Pineapple Head, and Noddy's mate, and Liam. So we have got a grid of 12 people, so it's a lot more better than it should be, but hopefully it should be a good night of racing as per usual. We've got Gareth Morris at the moment, already a superstar in the making for the Eldersim Porsche Caymans as of a Friday night, but we shall see what he does in his second meeting of the Ferrari Trofeos for this evening. And then you've got obviously Chris Wheatley, and then you've got a few of the guys. I believe there was a yellow flag going into La Source. I'm trying to figure out who had gone off at La Source, because there is a yellow flag. Ah, okay, that's Craig's gone off at La Source, so that's okay. So yeah, we should be getting underway in around 10 minutes time, or just under 10 minutes time now, for the Eldersim Ferrari Trofeos. It should be an interesting evening, it should be an interesting event, and we shall see what goes on here at Spa for these guys. Obviously, just remember, it's 10 minutes of qualifying and then 15-minute races for race 3 and 4 of the championship, and we shall see what goes on here for this evening. It's going to be spectacular, I can guarantee, and hopefully as Noddy's mate gets it wrong out of the corner there. But can't get a replay of that because he's not a qualifying or race. But I don't know if Neil's struggling at the moment. He'll be okay if he stays out of trouble, but he's not done too bad compared to. As we shall see what he does in the racing, but we have got, as I say, we've got coming up to 5 minutes before qualifying starts, so it should be interesting to see what happens this evening. As I say, this it is going to be spectacular, as Will's still got his hazard lights on. I think he's just about to get ready to start qualifying, so we shall see. Excuse me, as I have a bit of... So we shall see what happens this evening at the glorious Spa-Francorchamps circuit. It is technically going to be, as I say, it's going to be spectacular and potentially interesting. It's going to be potentially a race that people may remember from the Caymans last week, but luckily, as I say, the teams and drivers are going to be spectacularly waiting and potentially going to be on the money for this evening. So we shall see what happens. The skies are clear, there's quite a bit of cloud in the sky, but it's nice. Temperature's about, I'll probably say about 8 degrees if that, over at Spa, and we shall see what happens. Yes, if you like what you see here, guys, for the Eldersim racing, be sure to check out the other live streams and also the other events we do on the Eldersim YouTube channel. And if you're on Facebook, please sure to like us, because we are getting closer and closer to a substantial number of likes. I can't remember how many likes in total they've got for the page, but they have got, you know, if you're interested in racing a league like this, or you are interested in the Clio Cup as of Friday, I believe the Clio Cup, the Porsche Caymans, and as well as the British Touring Cars at the moment are at full capacity grids. But if you are wanting to drive as of next season, be sure to check us out. And hopefully in the next couple of weeks on a Tuesday evening there will be a new championship hosted by me, but I will be racing and I will be getting my good friends, aka ESR Idol, aka Darren Baldwin, to join the comms team for hopefully, if it goes to plan, the Peugeot 208 GTI Cup that will be taking place. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks we shall see what will be going on. But we are already through to round number 3 of the Porsche Caymans as of Friday, and we will be at the glorious Nürburgring, which is an hour and a half away from Spa-Francorchamps in real life, as Chris Wheatley there is going a bit slow into the Le Source hairpin. So we are just around 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes until qualifying starts for this evening, and it should be potentially spectacular. Simon powers up the Rouge and up to Radion, so we shall see what happens with these guys. It is going to be potentially amazing atmosphere for this evening. Hopefully it goes successfully, and we shall see. We'll go on board with Simon as he goes through one of the corners here. I'm not very good at corners at Spa, so you'll have to just bear with me, and hopefully we should enjoy what's going on. As just to look around the Ferrari, so it should be, as I say, spectacular. It should be potentially a good night racing for these guys. We've got, I believe this is Malcolm Simmons, so he's got a 4-time penalty. He's going to have to take that before he crosses the line. Obviously, in the penalty, there's a penalty line somewhere, but as he takes it now, but if he takes it in a race and he doesn't get rid of it, it will double his time, so it could potentially add 5 seconds onto your lap time, which could potentially be good, or could either be work in your favour. And if you have a car that's less than essentially or more than 5 seconds, you could potentially be okay, but then it all depends on your gap, but it will add time on to your lap time, and it wouldn't be the best at all. So we are around about a minute until qualifying, so we shall see what goes on. I believe, as I say this, yeah, there's 12 drivers. We shall see what happens for this evening. Gareth Morris so far is the benchmark with a 2 minute 25.098, so anything can happen within these Ferraris. It is potentially going to be successful. Look at the crowds along that bank in there. They're going to love this atmosphere. So soak up the atmosphere, guys. Grab a brew, grab a drink, grab something to eat, or go for have a smoke and, you know, have a bit of a laugh and enjoy what you're going to be seeing here on the Eldar Sim YouTube channel. So hopefully we shall see what goes on. It's going to be spectacular, and hopefully everyone gets to go racing very shortly. We'll potentially, as Will's just put, are we ready? So so we are ready. So we should be ready to start for the 10-minute qualifying session as Moz flashes the lights. So we shall get ready for potentially a good night of racing. 10-minute qualifying should be starting any moment now. I won't worry about if you're watching the stream, guys. 10-minute qualifying will start when you guys are ready, as Will has just counted down for qualifying to start within 4 seconds. So let's see what happens, and all the best to everyone that is entering the Eldar Ferrari Trofeos for the Eldar Racing. I'm just going to see if all the guys will get out of pit lane. Okay, it looks like at the moment Moz and Craig are giving each other a hip and shoulder there. So I'm just going to make sure that everyone is leaving pit lane. So we shall see. Liam is the last guy to leave pit lane. So let's see, we'll just go through who's here, and as we see Moz and Craig, so Gareth and Craig, and then you've got Tom Holland, aka the Pineapple Head, and then you've got obviously Will, and then you've got Liam, and then you've got Luke, you've got Jason, and then you've got Simon, and you've got Jay. I believe it was just bear with me 1 second. So you've got Chris, then you've got so hard because they're all dropping different places at the moment. So you've got Neil, and then obviously you've got Simon, then you've got Malcolm, then you've got Jay there. So hopefully it should be spectacular, and hopefully these guys will have a couple of laps of qualifying. So we'll see what goes on with around 8 minutes 20 on the clock. So they're just out on their out laps at the moment, just getting used to the track and getting some temperature into the tyres, and it should be spectacular from here on in. So it looks like Will's had a new Ferrari. He's only done 92.1 miles on that Ferrari. It's Neil Hall, aka Noddy's mate, has a bit of an issue, and Simon has an issue going. So there's a lot of issues already for qualifying. So I don't know whether Simon's struggling at the moment, but sounds like to me he's got up to speed now, as Gareth is about to start his first of potentially probably be 2 or 3 flying laps around Spa-Francorchamps. So we will see what the guys do during their qualifying, as Will is kind of under threat from Tom Holland going into the source, but this is just qualifying, so they might try and work together and put a toe into sort of each other's lines as we go up towards Eau Rouge and up towards Radion for the first flying lap of the evening in qualifying. So we've got 6 minutes 53 remaining on the clock, so anything can happen, and it will be exciting to see what goes on within the Eldar Ferrari Trofeos as we get ready for sort of amazing atmosphere. It's Neil Hall, aka Noddy's mate. He got 8th in, I believe he got 8th in race 2 last week, and you know he did quite well. It was quite nice to see, as we are potentially going to see what goes on with people. Luke is just at the moment running down with 6 minutes remaining on the clock, so it could be potentially 1 or 2 laps, as Malcolm there has a 3-10 penalty, so he's going to have to obviously get rid of that before he crosses the line at the penalty line on the start finish straight. So it may go against him if he's not careful, We've got Jay bringing up in 12th place at the moment, but the times haven't come through as of yet because they're still on their flying laps. So we'll see what goes on. As we see, Chris here has got had a 1/10 penalty with 5 minutes 16 on the clock before qualifying ends. So we'll see what Moz can do because he's going through the bus stop chicane to cross the line now. So he does a 2 minutes 25.005, and then Craig does a 2 minute 25.5. 2 minute 25.89, and then Chris has done 2:29 points. I believe that was a 2 minute 29.6. Will's done 2:25.959, and then Bluefin's done a 2 minute 26.388. The Pineapple did a 2 minute 31.9. Noddy's mate did a 2 minute 28.3. Liam did a 2:26.2. Luke did a 2 minute 25.583, and Simon did a 2 minute 26.5, and then Jay did a 2 minute 29.882. So at the moment, as Malcolm did a 3 minute 4.649. So that time, I believe that time penalty may have hampered him a bit with 3 minutes 55 on the clock to go before race 1. So the first race, 15-minute race, will begin in around 3 minutes 43 as Liam Manfield at the moment, aka Liam Williams, has a 1 second penalty there. It's a bit unfortunate. You will have to potentially get rid of that during qualifying. We'll see what he's done. His gap with the gap was up to potentially 1 minute 2:05, but at the moment he's got a bit of a penalty, so he's going to have to obviously try and get rid of that. He'll have to get rid of it before, as Luke's gone straight off there. See if we can see what happened. He just runs a bit wide there, so it's a bit unfortunate. With 2 minutes 52 on the clock to go, Luke is currently in second place, as we see Gareth rather is about to cross the line for potentially the second time. He's done improved on his lap with a 2:24.871, as Chris has done a 2:55.7, sorry, and Will has done 2:25.6, and then Tom Holland's done a 2:27.673, as Noddy's mate has done a 2:28.208. So that's where's that put him at the moment. As Liam's penalty has pushed him down potentially to 6th. Neil Hall is currently 10th fastest, as Jay's done a 2:28.187, which has pushed Neil down to 11th with 1 minute 40 remaining. So this probably will be potentially their last flying lap of the qualifying for the Trofeos, as Malk has done a 2:34.001. So that's still as he goes off. E-Rouge there. Oh, not E-Rouge, coming out of the source, which is going to hamper his time there. As we still see Liam Manfield, aka Liam Williams, he's got a 5/10 penalty. He's still going to have to get rid of that, and obviously it's just going to be needs to be done within the penalty line of the start before he crosses the start-finish line at the 150 metre board with 50 seconds remaining on the clock. We'll see what happens. We've got Chris Wheatley there in 5th place. Behind him at the moment is Will, and we will see what these guys can do. As Gareth Morris, with 30 seconds on the clock now, approaching potentially the bus stop chicane. He may be able to do another flying lap, because there is 20 seconds, but we'll see if he gets a good exit. We'll see what he can do now, as he's about to cross the line. He does a 2:24.803, and Craig's just done a 2:25.470. So the Welsh guys at the moment, but Will's just jumped up to the times with a 2:25.215. Splits the Welsh guys at the moment, as Chris has done a 2:25.619, and Tom Holland's done a 2:25.845, and then Neil Hall is just done a 2:28.190. There's yellow flags, as Mally, aka Malcolm, has obviously decided. I believe some of these guys, ideally, have crossed the timing beam before they crossed the line. So obviously their qualifying laps are still run. But we've got, at the moment, we've got Chris, and we'll go on board with Chris at the moment, chasing down Will to see what these guys can do. So the orange and black, sort of orange and black Ferrari is chasing down Will at the moment, but I believe Luke has obviously crossed the line. So we'll go through the grid as it stands. So depending if Moz improves his time, Gareth Morris will start on pole position alongside Will, and then Craig will start alongside Luke, and then you've got Chris, and then you've obviously got Tom Holland, and then you've got Liam, and of course Jason, as Moz goes off there, which is a bit unfortunate. And then you've got Simon, and of course Jay, and you've got Neil Hall, and then of course Malcolm, as Malcolm has a bit of a penalty here. We'll go on board with Malcolm for a moment or two, but he has got a penalty. He's got 4/10 penalty. He will still need to get rid of that, of course, otherwise it will push his lap time even later. But we'll see what happens. I believe we'll see here that Chris has got a penalty, but we'll see what happens. Moz already made a mistake. Will crosses the line to take pole position after Gareth's mistake with a 2:24.496. So Will is on pole position for race number 3 of the season, but it should be potentially spectacular. So that is qualifying potentially over and done with, as Malcolm doesn't improve on his lap time now. So Will starts on pole position ahead of Gareth. So we'll see what happens in the first 15 minutes. Live and exclusive on the Eldar Sim YouTube channel. So it's Will from Gareth, and it's Craig from Luke, and then it's Chris, Tom, Liam, Jason, Simon, Jay, Neil, and of course Malcolm bringing up the rear. So we are about to get the red lights to appear on the starting gantry. The revs are going to build, and we shall see what goes on here. And they're about to flick green now, and looks like Tom Holland there has got a good start. He's already up into 4th place before we get to not E-Rouge, sorry, the Source, as everyone else gets through. But Tom Holland already up into 4th place, potentially chasing our Craig. I'll see if we can get a quick look of the start. No, we can't. Oh, it's a bit unfortunate, but Tom Holland, aka the Pineapple Head, as we go up through Radion, he's dropped back down to 6th place with that 5/10 penalty. He's going to have to get rid of that. But at the moment, Will is out in the lead, followed by Moz, and then followed by Craig, and then obviously Liam Manfield in 4th, and then obviously Bluefin and of course Chris, and then Tom, and then obviously Simon, and of course Luke, and of course Jay, and then bringing up the rear is Malcolm and of course Neil at the moment. But we'll see what goes on here. Potentially have this battle for 1st, 2nd and 3rd between obviously Gareth and Craig, and of course Will, and of course Liam, but Liam will have to take his penalty as he goes a bit wide there, followed by Jason Grant, and then of course Chris is on the charge. He's going to take these guys, he's got the inside of Liam Manfield there. We'll try and see what happened there, because it's a bit I think the move was on, but I think he just knocks a bit into Luke there, or potentially a bit sideways. But at the moment we've got this battle between Liam and of course Jason Grant and of course Tom Holland. These guys are battling at the moment. Tom and of course Liam have this battle, but we're going to have to see. These guys are going to have to obviously take these penalties, because this is going to be hopefully not a repeat of a couple of weeks ago. But you know, he's taking a penalty in the wrong place. He's going to have to take it now. But oh, this is a bit unfortunate. You know, it's getting crossed up. He's crossed the line. His penalty still will count. As we see, Malk there has a penalty. It's still going to count as he goes on to his next lap. But exiting the source now, we've got this battle. Chris is miles ahead of these guys, but we've got this battle between Luke, Simon, Tom Holland, and of course Bluefin, and of course Liam. We have 12 minutes remaining on the clock in the first race as we fly up towards Radion, and Luke and of course Simon. But I believe Simon's got a 5-time penalty. He's going to have to get rid of that. Who's going to outbrake themselves? Tom Holland thinks about making it very wide. But at the moment it's looking very spectacular. Tom has got in front of Liam and of course Simon, but he's also chasing down Luke. We'll try and go back to their battle if we can. We've got Gareth Morris and of course Will still in 1st and 2nd, and then Craig's obviously out in 3rd place at the moment. But Chris is chasing these guys down very quickly. But then you've got Luke and of course Tom Holland. So we'll try and focus on a couple of battles if we can, or go through the grid, or go through the order when I can. We've got 11 minutes 5 on the clock. So this is going to be spectacular stuff, and we are going to be chasing these guys. Simon there has still have 1 second penalty. We've got Noddy's mate potentially in 11th, as Malcolm is struggling at the moment. I don't know what's going on with Malcolm at the moment, but we've got Tom Holland, aka the Pineapple Head, chasing down Luke for 5th place at the moment. But the battle for 1st place between Will and Gareth. He's hotting up towards the bus stop chicane with 10 minutes 20 on the clock. Gareth tries to think about taking Will. Will closes the door, but will Gareth fight back into the source, or will Craig have the same battle? But we'll try and go on board with some of the guys if we can. In fact, we'll jump on board the bumper cam of Craig for now, as Gareth tries to make a move down into the source, heading up towards the regional. This is going to be spectacular stuff. We shall see what goes on in a moment or two, but this is going to be spectacular. This is going to be amazing as we see these guys battling as we go through Radion. As Craig gets a bit loose there, but Chris is chasing these guys down, and then you've got Luke and of course Tom. Then you've got Liam, but then you've also got Bluefin, and Simon's still got a 5/10 penalty with 9 minutes 20 on the clock. Then you've got Jay and of course Neil Hall having a bit of a battle. These guys are having a bit of a battle. potentially for 10th or 11th. I believe Malcolm is still struggling. I don't know what's going on at the moment, but that's a bit unfortunate for Malcolm. He's going to have to get going, otherwise he's not going to be potentially classified. I don't know what's going on, but we'll see what's going on as we see this battle. Craig has a 2-10 penalty. There's a bit of that, as just as we see Gareth makes the move on Will for first place. We just got caught a glimpse of that while we're looking at Craig, but Will hops the curb, runs a bit wide, but Gareth gets a bit back in front there, which was an absolute spectacular overtake there as the battle is changing. But Chris has got past Craig, and there's yellow flags, so there will be yellow flags around this section. Will's got to be careful because he's come up to a yellow flag zone, but he's just managed to, with 8 minutes remaining on the clock, Craig and Chris are still having a battle. But then you've obviously got Gareth and Will as we go into the bus stop chicane. As we see here, Will takes the move from Gareth again. We shall see if we can get that back onto replay. We'll see what happens. As Will just locks up a brake, but then he makes the move, makes it easily done. But that was absolutely spectacular, as Gareth is now hounded by Chris there. So we shall see what goes on. And then you've got Craig in fourth, then you've got between Luke and obviously Tom. So these guys are still battling. And then you've got Liam Manfield, aka Liam Williams, chasing down. Then you've got Bluefin, and then you've got Simon, and then Jay's just got overtaken by Noddy's mate, aka Neil Hall. So Neil is now in 10th place as we go to E-Rouge up to Radion, as Jay's trying to get past Neil, but these guys are having a bit of a battle. We'll go on board. We'll try and go on board. Yeah, we'll go on board the bonnet cam of Jay for now, chasing down Neil Hall with 6 minutes 40 remaining on the clock as he makes the move there on Neil. Neil's not going to like that, but Neil's going to push on, and Malcolm unfortunately is having a bit of a nightmare for this evening, as Will is still out leading this race. But we've got this battle between Craig and of course Chris, but then we've also got Luke and of course Tom Holland having this battle here. So we shall see what happens for 5th and 6th, as well as 3rd and 4th. But Tom Holland there pushing Luke into the back, which is unsettled Luke a bit, but Tom is fighting. Tom's going to want to fight, and we've still got, which is going to, if Luke holds up Tom, it'll bring Liam into the fray. But at the moment, there's still a battle for first place as well. So Chris and of course Craig. But the yellow flag section still, that will be for Malcolm. But he's way off track, but still yellow flag. But Will and of course Gareth there are having a bit of a battle as we go into the bus stop chicane with 5 minutes 25 on the clock. This is going to be spectacular stuff. It could be a three-way fight for the lead, or it could be 4 depending on what goes on. But we see further back there that Liam's got past Tom and of course Luke. But Luke has dropped. I don't know what happened there. We'll see if we can pick it up. I believe Luke's had an issue, but he dropped out of contention. He's dropped. I don't know what's going on, but we've still got this battle between Craig and Chris, but then you've also got this battle between Gareth and Will. Gareth is about to do an overtake on Will, which he does with 4 minutes 25 on the clock. This is going to be brilliant stuff for these guys. But Will's trying to come back at Gareth. He's trying to come back. Is he going to make the move? Craig's got 5/10 penalty, so he's going to have to get rid of that. as Gareth and Will are going side by side, door handle to door handle at the moment, with Gareth holding on with 4 minutes, actually 4 minutes remaining. We'll see what's going on through the comment section of the live stream at the moment. So we've got someone called Dean Atkinson saying, "Come on the Dragons," and good evening to Anton Jones. Come on the Welsh boys, or God, the Welsh boys should I say. Yeah, they're doing alright at the moment, mate, I must admit. But Gareth is still holding off Will with 3.5 minutes, just under 3.5 minutes remaining, as Craig's still got that penalty. He's going to have to get rid of that somehow. But we've got Jay and of course Neil Hall. So we've got Jay and Neil still battling at the moment. Malcolm's just sat off to the side. But at the moment, excuse me, is Tom Holland has a 5-10 penalty. Craig's going to have to get rid of that. But while we're looking at who was where, Will has got back into the lead. So Will has back into the lead. Chris has got back. He's trying to chase down Gareth now. But this is what I mean with 2 minutes 40 on the clock. So there will be a 3-way tie for the race lead at this rate. But we shall see what's going on. We'll hopefully pick up further down. But you've got Liam and of course Liam and Tom, and you've got Jason, and we'll see what happens. But we got Will in first place, followed by Gareth, and then we've got Chris, then we've got Craig, then you've got Liam, Pineapple Head, aka Tom Holland, and then you've got Jason, then you've got Simon, then you've got Jay, Neil, and of course Malcolm bringing up the rear at the moment. But Will is trying to fight for his life. He knows for a fact he's got Gareth behind him, but Gareth has also got Chris behind him, which actually Chris makes the move into second place. But Gareth is no stranger to making moves. We have just over 1 minute 35 on the clock, so we are potentially going on to the final lap anytime soon, as Chris is in second now. Will he chase down Will, or is Gareth going to come back at him and potentially show him exactly what he's made of? But we shall see, as Chris there is holding on for dear life. And then you've got Craig, then you've got Liam, then you've got Tom, then you've got Jason, then you've got Simon, then you've got Neil. I believe he's got past Jay, but Jay's had probably a bit of an issue. Malcolm is obviously struggling with 53 seconds should I say, on the clock. And we've got this battle still between Gareth and of course Chris at the moment, as we head up towards the bus stop chicane with 39 seconds on the clock. Gareth's going to go and try and make a move into the bus stop chicane. Who's going to come out on top with 30 seconds? This will be going down to the final lap of the race. We shall see what happens, as Craig and of course Liam are battling. So depending on who does very well to catch up, we've got going into the source for the final time, as Gareth and Chris are having a battle. Craig's still out in 4th place, but Liam is gaining on them. Jason is in 8th. Simon comes home just to start the final lap, and Neil comes home in 9th, and I believe Jay's had a bit of issue there, so he'll come home in 10th. But we'll see what happens, and I believe Malcolm will finish 11th, but a handful of laps down. But this is the battle we're waiting for. Gareth has finally got past Chris, but it's going to be very exciting going into the final part of the race. So we'll see what happens. Got Liam trying to chase down Craig, and then you've got the Pineapple Head, aka Tom Holland, trying to chase these guys down as well. but there's going to be potentially a three-way battle for the lead. We'll see what goes on if we can, but Will is leading these guys. He's showing these guys how it's done. He won at Nürburgring, and he was obviously on course for a double at the Nürburgring, but in race 1 he got taken out, which allowed Liam to take the first victory of the season. But Will is potentially doing everything right here for race number 3, round number 2 here at Spa on the Eldar Sim YouTube channel. We shall see what happens. It will be the full grid reversal as Chris is trying to chase down excuse me, chase down Gareth Morris and excuse me, at the moment. But then you've got Craig and Liam potentially still battling, but this battle is never going to end, as Tom Holland's got a penalty there. He's got a 1 second penalty, but Will crosses the line to take another victory in the Ferraris ahead of Gareth and ahead of Chris. Then you got Craig coming home in 4th, then Liam comes home in 5th, then Tom Holland comes home in 6th place, then Jason comes home in 7th, and then in 8th place will be Simon ahead of Neil, and then of course Jay, and then of course Malcolm bringing up 11th, as Bluefin actually got a 1 second penalty, which actually didn't hamper his result, but it actually, the time went against him. So Will has pole position and a clean race to go with that, and we will get ready for, I'll save the replay so these guys can watch it back later, and we'll go through potentially I'll go through the results of race number 1. So it will be potentially race number 4, or the 3 rather, race number 3 in the table, in the series, but it is potentially round number 2. So it'll be, so the result for race 3 at Spa, as we'll just have a look at the comments now. Adam Morgan, great race, well done guys. So yeah, Will is took the win from Gareth ahead of Chris, and then obviously Craig and Liam. Then you got the Pineapple Head, aka Tom Holland. Then you got Bluefin. Unfortunately, his penalty did go against him, which pushed him further 12.477 seconds behind his best mate and closest rival, Tom Holland. Simon came home in 8th, not his mate, aka Neil Hall, a lap down along with Jay, but they finished 9th and 11th. Malcolm finished 5 laps down, but hopefully we should have a better race for race 2. It will be the reverse grid, so it will be potentially it will be, I believe it's Malcolm on pole position ahead of Jay, then it'll be Neil, then it will be, I'll go through the reverse grid, so it will, and obviously Gareth took the fastest lap with a 2:24.592 on lap number 7. So it will be, if Luke does come back, it will be Luke on pole position, but if he doesn't, it will be Malcolm, then it will be Jay, then it will be Neil, then it will be Simon, then it will be Jason, then it will be Tom, then it will be Liam, then Craig, then Chris, then Gareth, then obviously Will. So it shall be potentially exciting, as these guys are potentially going to be gearing up ready for race 2. So it'll be race 4, but it will be race 2 of the potentially season. So we shall see what goes on. It is going to be spectacular for now, and we shall gear up for the second race of the evening. I don't know what Will's typing, but we shall see in a moment or two. But it should be spectacular. We've got I don't know what happened to Luke, but it's a bit unfortunate there, so we shall see. Hopefully in a moment, as he's asking Malcolm not to stop on the side of the track, which I could understand why, but you know, it's going to be potentially so race 2, so race 4 but of round number 2 here at Spa will start in 2 minutes time, so we shall see what happens with these guys. So we've got obviously Chris chasing down Neil at the moment, the yellow machine and then the orange machine. But we shall see what happens for race number 4 of round 2 here at Spa-Francorchamps. So we shall see what happens for these guys. It should be spectacular, it should be interesting. It is the reverse grid, so potentially we'll see what happens in a moment or two. So I'll be back in a minute. So yeah, I'll be back in 1 second, guys. Right guys, yep, so we are just getting ready to start race number 4 of round 2 at Spa-Francorchamps of the beautiful Eldar Ferrari Trofeo. So we shall see what happens in the first grid race. It should be spectacular for these guys. As I say, it may be sensational, as Will is just about to start the last race of the evening, and we will get ready for another great race, hopefully. So we shall see here at Spa-Francorchamps. So it will be Malcolm from Jay, then Neil, then Simon, then Jason, then Tom, then Liam, then Craig, then Chris, then Gareth, then obviously race 1 winner, Will. So we are about to get the red lights on the starting entry, so we get the green flag from the back of the grid. Marshals are happy. We are getting the red light, which will turn to green now, and we'll see who gets a good start as Tom Holland there. But Jason Grant tries to blocks him off into the source, tries to actually copy, but Jason Grant gets up into second place already, and there's a bit of bumping and boring there, which I believe was caused by, Tom Holland. So we'll see what happens. Yes, Tom Holland knocks a couple of guys wide, which ends up pushing potentially the bumping and boring. I don't know what's gone on there as Craig takes. We'll have to have a look here. This is a bit it's a bit unfortunate here we're going board with Tom Holland as we see Craig gets a bit crossed up going out of Radion, and it's already causing a bit of mayhem on the start, but we've got 3 wide for the lead. We've got Malcolm and Liam Manfield at the moment as Liam gets past Malcolm, but then we've also got Jason and of course Malcolm battling it out. So if you're watching the stream, guys, please just settle down a bit. It's getting a bit hectic. Then you've got Neil Hall, like Noddy's mate, trying to overtake Malcolm at the moment. He's into 3rd place at the moment. And you've also got Gareth and of course Tom Holland and of course Will. But I don't know what's going on here, guys. There's Neil Hall is already in 3rd place, followed by Gareth, and followed by potentially Will. And then you've got Simon, and then of course Chris, and then you've got Craig. But Neil gets a bit crossed up, which is a bit unfortunate there. So then you've got, I don't know what's going on. This is unfortunate, and Malcolm is in 11th. So Neil is down in 10th place at the moment, as we've got a big battle brewing for potentially 4th or 3rd place. But we've got this battle between Will and of course Gareth, and then obviously Chris, and then Craig, and then obviously Simon, and of course Jay. Well, this is allowing Liam and of course Jason to potentially escape up the road as the exit the source there as we go up towards E Rouge and of course Radion. I believe Neil's saying that his car's not working, so it's a bit unfortunate for him, as we've got Gareth and then Will and Chris and of course Craig, and obviously Simon, and of course as Craig tries to make the move, tries to make it 3 wide, going into the next batch. Just unfortunately Neil has had to leave the room, his car's not working. That's a bit unfortunate as Chris and Will are battling, but it's allowed Gareth to escape up the road. But then you've got Craig trying to get past Will, This is not happening, but Simon's closed the door on Tom Holland, and I believe Jay is in right place. But as the pineapple heads, we'll see what happened there. We'll see what goes on. Simon gets a bit crossed up as Tom just clips the curb which sends him up into the air, but that's not going to happen, that's not going to help. But he's got past Simon there, and Simon's got Jay behind him, and then Malcolm comes up the rear. But they've got this battle between Liam and of course Jason Grant. So with 10 minutes 43 on the clock remaining, this should be a spectacular battle for 1st place. But then you obviously got the battle between Craig and Will behind Chris, as Craig and Will are battling. But we'll try and go back to the battle between Liam and of course Jason if we can, with 10 minutes 20 remaining. So this is going to be spectacular. This would be an easy sort of battle for Will, but we've got this battle between Liam and of course Jason. So Jason is going to be pushing on to the back of Liam as he's done the fastest lap of the race so far with 2. But then Gareth's beating with a 2:25.516. But Jason is pushing and trying to catch up to Liam as they exit the source. As I believe Neil isn't happy because the car is potentially going to be Jason gets a 5-10 penalty. He's going to have to take that because in race 1 it went against him. As we've got Gareth there, and then you've got Will and Will's got past Chris, so he's got past Chris somehow, but we didn't see that. Chris is there, then Craig and of course Tom Holland are potentially battling for 6th and 7th. And you got Simon and Jay, and then of course Malcolm. But at the moment Liam is trying to break away from Jason. At the moment Jason's have to take his penalty. But at the moment Liam is very much on a charge, trying to lead and trying to hold off Jason at the moment. 8 minutes 35 on the clock remaining, and then you've got Gareth, potentially Will, and then Chris. Then you've got Craig and Tom. And Craig and Tom are battling potentially for 6th and 7th, but we shall see what happens with these guys. It's also allowing Chris to be backed up into this sort of battle at the moment. We shall see what happens with these guys. We've got Tom and Craig still having this battle. I believe at the moment Jason is trying to overtake Liam, going into the bus stop chicane, which he does, but they're alongside each other. Liam pushes him out wide. Jason, see, if that's cost him time now, which is going to get Gareth up into potentially could be pushing up into 2nd. But then you've got Will and of course also Chris battling, but then you've got Tom that's overtaken Craig for 6th place at the moment, and then you've got Simon, and then you've got Jay, and of course Malcolm bringing up the rear. But then you've got Gareth getting a bit twisty at the entry to Radion, which is with 7 minutes remaining on the clock. This is going to be spectacular stuff, as we can. Gareth is chasing down Jason Grant at the moment for 2nd place. So Gareth will be on a charge. So Will is trying to escape from Chris, but then also Tom is trying to escape from Craig. Then you've got Simon there trying to escape, obviously, and then you've got Jay pushing on, and then Malk is bringing up the rear. With 6 minutes 20, so 6 minutes 20 on the clock there. So we've got Bluefin, aka Jason Grant, trying to still chase after Liam, but he's going to have to defend from Gareth at the same time here. So it's going to be spectacular stuff from these guys. It's going to be close, but we've got Gareth as well battling out. Trying to push on potentially for 2nd place, but then you've got Will trying to escape from Chris. Chris is escaped from Tom Holland at the moment. We're potentially coming up to sort of near enough 5.5 minutes remaining, so we are, there's Craig and of course Simon are chasing down, but Jay is also in 9th. Then you've got Malk, but then you've got Bluefin and of course Liam going side by side into the bus stop chicane. So Jason and of course Liam, but this is going to also invite Gareth if these two take each other with roundabout, as Jason tries to dive onto Liam, going into the source with 5 minutes, just under 5 minutes now to go until the checker flag drops. But this is going to be spectacular stuff. Liam will have to see what happens with, of course, Jason. But then you've also got Gareth pushing on. But you've got Liam and Jason battling. But look at this battle. This has brought Gareth into the battle. This could end in tears for these three. At the moment, Jason's trying to push on. He's going to try and make a move on the outside. But Liam's got the area covered. Jason has a bit of a wiggle, has a bit of a snake, but you know, it's allowed Gareth to push up and potentially push up as well, but Gareth is there. Will is behind these guys. Then you've got Chris, then you've got Tom, then you've got Craig, and obviously Simon, Jay and Malk at the rear. But we've got Liam. Liam's holding on to first place with potentially Jason Grant, aka Bluefin, trying to push on. But then you've also got Gareth Morris also behind. So we shall see what happens as we got this battle brewing for potentially first, second and third with 3.5 minutes remaining. Will's just trying to close this gap as well, but at the moment this battle, as we've got Gareth there trying to put Jason under pressure as we head towards essentially the bus stop. We'll head hopefully soon be heading towards the bus stop chicane. But you see, this is what's going to happen. This could end in tears. Will is gaining. Will's also gaining. Will's going to split these guys. He's going to do a 7/10 split. Going into the bus stop chicane, he overtakes Moz. And he's about to potentially overtake Jason. But at the moment, Jason runs a bit wide, which has allowed Will and potentially Gareth. But this is battle for second, third and fourth now, as Will tries to dive past Gareth going out of the source, which he does, which he'll chase on to Jason now, going up towards Rouge and Radion for potentially the penultimate time now with 2 minutes 20 on the clock. You've got Jason and of course Will and of course Gareth. These guys, this is letting Liam have an advantage and letting them get away. We shall see what happens as we see Gareth there. It's alongside Will, and he's also going to be alongside Jason. But we shall see what happens as Will there is fighting. The blue thing gets crossed up, but Will makes the move, and Gareth is also there. But Gareth slots behind Jason at the moment with 1:41 on the clock. So this is going to be spectacular stuff as we see here that Will is pushing on, going to try and push up to Liam Manfield, aka Liam Wills. But then you've got Jason Grant now trying to hold off Gareth and of course Chris. Tom's in 6th place. We've got the real Osmond, aka Craig, in 7th. Then you've got Simon, then you've got Jay, then you've got Mally. But you've got 1:10 on the clock. Will's going to try and catch Liam. And then you've got Jason and of course Gareth. And potentially Chris, and then of course Tom. But at the moment, this battle between Gareth and Bluefin, Gareth tries to make the move, stick. We shall see what happens. Gareth makes the move into 3rd place with 42 seconds on the clock, so we will be going potentially onto the final lap now as we have fast approach the bus stop chicane, as Tom Holland there gets onto Chris's tail, but then has a fishtail himself. But what's going on into the bus stop chicane? We've got Chris and of course Jason and of course Gareth, but then you've also got Tom Holland battling. So there's a battle for 4th, 5th and 6th as Chris tries to make the move into the source there. But you've also got Chris and of course Tom Holland. They're battling before they go up to Rouge. On to the final lap we go. What's going to happen? Who's going to get the places? Tom Holland and of course Chris touch as we go up to Radion. Jason's going to think excuse me, Jason's going to think, well, I'll let these guys just battle. But then you've also got Gareth and of course Will still in 2nd and 3rd. But then you've also got Jason and of course Tom Holland, the bestest mates, battling up 4th and 5th. but then you've also got Chris and Craig still having a battle. Simon is in 8th, and then you've obviously got Jay and Malcolm coming in 9th and 10th. But at the moment, Liam is controlling this race like he's on a charge. He wants another win. So far, Will is on 2 victories, and Liam will take potentially another victory. And there's a battle essentially between Gareth and of course Will for 3rd and 2nd at the moment. This could end in tears, but then you've got Jason and of course Tom Holland. So you've got the 2 closest best mates battling. Then you've got Craig and Chris having a battle. So we shall see what happens potentially, but at the moment Liam Williams, Liam Manfield, is coming through towards the bus stop chicane very shortly to take another victory. But then you've got Will and Gareth, then you've got Bluefin and of course Tom. Jason and Tom are battling, but we will go towards the bus stop chicane as Liam Manfield now breaks for the bus stop chicane, takes it very perfectly and crosses the line to take another victory. So that is another win for Liam, followed by Gareth and Will. Then you've got Jason and Tom and Chris and Craig. Then you've got Simon in 8th place, and then you've got Jay and then of course Malcolm, and then unfortunately Neil Hall, aka Noddy's mate, struggled with the car. So congratulations to Liam Manfield taking another win of the season. So he took the first race at the Nürburgring, and then also taken another victory for potentially another victory here at Spa. So I'll go through the results for the final time, and excuse me, as Liam Manfield takes the victory ahead of Will, and then Gareth comes home in 3rd, then Jason and Tom come home in 4th and 5th, then you got Chris and Craig in 6th and 7th, then you got Simon, Jay and Malcolm in 8th, 10th, and 8th, 9th and 10th. Then you will have unfortunately Neil Hall did not finish, so he would not classify. Will took the fastest lap on lap number 3 with a 2:24.876. So that will be spectacular for these guys. It should be potentially a decent week of racing next week. So hopefully we should be going back to we'll see where we are next week. And if you like what we see here, guys, be sure to check out Friday, where there will be potentially 3 races to choose from within so potentially 3 races to choose from. So you will have the Eldar British Touring Car, the Shell Lorman Motorsport British Touring Cars, and then you will have of course the Decals Lab Porsche Caymans, and I believe the Clio Cup, which will be sponsored by my own Hoppers Motorsport vlogs. So we should be sponsoring that. Until next week, guys, or until Friday, I will see you soon, and take care, have a good week. Ta-ra.